What's up, my friends? Are you looking for a job in cybersecurity? Do you want to understand how to break into this industry? Today, my guest is Michelle Drolet, CEO at Towerwall. It's not every day that you have someone with more than 25 years of experience teaching us what is the best education to get, what are the right certifications for you to study for, and the importance to have a mentor to guide you in this process. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy this talk. If you do, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. Let's go! Michelle, first of all, thank you very much for accepting being in my channel today. It was so lovely from your part to give me some spot on your busy schedule. And the way I like to do, Michelle, I do a quick summary about the person that I'm interviewing, and then I let the person to introduce themselves. The problem is you have such a huge summary, right? So many experience that I'm gonna skip this part and I will ask straight to you if you could introduce yourself.
Sure, absolutely, Rodrigo. It's very nice to meet you as well. Again, my name's Michelle Drolet. I am the CEO of a company called Towerwall. We're an international-based cybersecurity organization, and really walk alongside our customers in their cybersecurity journey, because it's certainly not a destiny, and help what I call pragmatize and make things repeatable for cyber, because that's the only way we can, get things secure. I've been very blessed to be published in a lot of different magazines like Forbes and IDG, the CISO Online, and several others. So we're constantly putting great content out about cybersecurity and, just helping in the space. I love this topic. Talking about bringing people to this industry.
What I would like to discuss with you today is how you can bring more people into cybersecurity. Because we have two different situations. One is that currently, we all know that, we have more open positions than people that can fill these positions, right? This is the current state. But we know that in the future, this gap, it's gonna be even bigger because the need for security will increase, and I'm not sure that we are gonna be able to fulfill this position. Actually, if I could bet, I would bet totally against this gap like being a little bit narrower. It's gonna increase this gap. So we need, and I'm sure you are passionate about cybersecurity, so one of your goals is try to bring as many people as possible into cybersecurity because we will need it. Okay, but I would like to do this in a structured way. We know that we need to talk about education, certifications, experience, probably have some mentor to help you in this journey for that people, either for those who want to start in this path or for someone that wants to migrate to it from, not necessarily from a tech background, but at some point they want to go to cybersecurity. My very first question to you in related to education, Michelle, what would be your recommendations education-wise for someone that wants to go in this nice journey?
Gotcha. So that is a loaded question because there's so many different facets to cybersecurity, right? So I think the question needs to go back to that person to say, what do you want to do? Do you want to be that technical person? And that technical person could be that pen tester, right? That technical person could be the one that is hired by that organization to run their endpoint security, their firewalls, their intrusion detection prevention. So that technology aspect, it could be that person that wants to be part of the cybersecurity GRC or compliance group. So that's building out policies. It could be running the user awareness program. It could be, looking at maturity capability models, different risk assessments, all of those types of things. whether it's on that customer facing or consulting facing. So that would be that first question that I ask anybody that comes in here from an intern perspective. What do you want to do?
That's perfect, Michelle, because one of the biggest myths that I think we have in cybersecurity is that everyone needs to have a deep technical background. And this is my perspective, and please let me know what you think. And this is not true. Unless, as you said, you want to be part of a red team, a blue team, very technical one, to do the pen tester, you do need to have this technical background. But if you are talking about compliance, fraud, not necessarily you need to have this technical background.
That is very true. I absolutely agree. And it's interesting, if you had asked me that question probably 4, 5, 6 years ago, I would have said, a 4-year degree is absolutely needed. And so that you have that 4-year degree, because that shows that you start and you finish, right? That's really what a 4-year degree does. I would disagree with myself now, because while you do need that technical background or networking background, if you are going to be that red team or blue team or purple team, or the pen test, application pen test, because you need to understand what that network, all those network layers and what it looks like. Otherwise you're going to be mediocre at best, and that's not who we want. But going out and taking, getting an associate's degree, or going through the Cisco, or going through the A+ or CompTIA, and those types of certifications will go a long way to help a person figure out, what they can do, what they know, and then do deeper dives on those certifications, and potentially with an associate's degree in cybersecurity.
When you're talking about young people that are finishing high school or college and want to start a 4-year degree for cybersecurity, I would say it's easier because the person is young and he can start this path. But from someone that is not necessarily a young adult, and this person is that mid-career, and they want to go technical, but they cannot go back to college. It's 4 years, too much. Do you think that they can solve this? I'm gonna call lack of technical background or education, get some sort of certifications. How do you feel about that?
I would absolutely agree, and concur that definitely can happen. And I had the honor and pleasure of sitting on the foundation board for a local community college that started a cyber certificate program, and now it's an associate's degree, and then they're the Cisco and all sorts of different things. It's very cool. For 9 years, and part of our corporate culture is giving back, and so we actually started a whole internship program. And the average age of a student at Mass Bay is 26 years old. I have actually, he's doing virtual graduation in my great room on the 27th. I'm so excited. And Julius was our first intern. And he, had different things going on, and he, through his journey, is now actually working for one of our customers. And he is a cyber admin running their endpoint technology and their firewalls. So, you can retrain yourself. We have another intern right now who is a police officer on a SWAT team. He's pretty, excuse my language, badass. But he wants to do a career change. And he came in as an intern once a week. And we're going again through all those facets. He is doing a lot of certification, online certification classes and things like that. And while he was thinking that he wanted to be on that more technical track, once he observed some of the different projects that we do for our customers, he said, you know what, the whole integrated risk component, building out programs, monitoring programs, building out the policies, he said, I really think that that's for me. And so, again, it's just kind of understanding, because there's so many different facets to cybersecurity, what I tell our interns is that if we can cross things off, I think it's really important to be able to cross things off and say, oh God, I don't like that. So we never have to think about it again. It's just as important to say, oh, I really love that.
Do you have any recommendations on what type of certifications one person can take to either start or migrate to cybersecurity? We know that the CISPs are a little bit mid-level to senior level, but not necessarily one person can start or should start with this one. But what would be the other certifications that you would recommend to someone?
So the CompTIA, the security certifications, because that just gives you, you start with that networking, then you build, and it's a really good, it's a really great program because then you're building your networking skills and then moving forward into the cybersecurity realm. Another place that we send people to all the time is Cybrary. Where, like the SANS Institute, you're talking, GX certifications or different things. I mean, you're talking $10,000 to $15,000 for each certification. With Cybrary, it's free. And I think there might be a little cost now, but relatively free. And you can go take all those classes and then take those certifications as well. And getting those certifications and having those on your resume are really important to be able to open that door.
We are talking about education, either if it's a formal one or an informal one, some certifications, but we are talking about hard skills, either technical or a knowledge in a specific area. But we know that to be successful in a cybersecurity industry, you need to develop a lot your soft skills, right? How would you measure if it's a 50-50 or 60-40 between hard skills and soft skills, and how this one person can increase their soft skills?
That's a great question. So when you are in cybersecurity, you're a lot of times telling people things that they don't want to hear, right? We're constantly finding that
most of the time.
Okay, just about all the time. But you know what? There's a lot of good things that people are doing, so we always want to bring those forward too. But being able to communicate, that is really important, and that's both verbal, but it's also written. To me, having writing skills or written skills, writing skills, being able to put pen to paper so that people understand, here's what I found, here's what I recommend, here's how to fix it, and put it in English so that they understand what needs to happen and what needs to transpire to fix whatever was found. To me, that's really important. People always say, I'm not in sales. I'm not in sales. And I always say to everybody that walks in here, we are all in sales. We're all in sales. It doesn't matter what position, whether it's technical, whether you're in sales, whether you're an admin, whether you're an accountant, whatever it is, because we're constantly selling our ideas, and being able to communicate and sell those ideas is really, really an important piece to any cybersecurity professional.
Amazing. So to get some sort of training on these soft skills is truly necessary, right, for everyone in any level. One thing that I found very effective also, Michelle, and another thing that I would like to grab your thought is to have one mentor. Not necessarily only one, but a couple of people that you are looking for, you are trying to reach from time to time, have these open conversations, because at the end there are people there like you, for example, with more than 20 years of experience, and for sure you can teach a lot. Most of people. How do you think, actually, if you agree with me, to have a mentor or one or more than one, to have a mentor can really help one person to be successful in this path? What do you think about that?
I think it's very important, from that knowledge transfer, but also that networking component, right? So, I'm looking at this. What do you think about that? That's important as well. But what kind of my superpower sometimes is actually being able to open that door and say, okay, if you put this on your resume, or let's get you certified in this. So now that's on your resume, that type of thing. So that now when that door opens, they're going to actually get a seat at the table to have that discussion. And so being able to not try to do everything on your own is really important, because there's a lot of people, I always say it's a hand up, not a hand out, to get people to be where they need to go.
But how can one person effectively can get one mentor? Sometimes it's hard, right, to reach out to someone in a CEO level or a CISO level and get, oh, this person will never answer me back, or this person doesn't have time because they are so busy. How can one get one mentor?
So look at LinkedIn, right? Who's connected to who? How do you get to that person? Sometimes it's just reaching out and asking, because in this industry, it's very small. And we all know the gap and the shortage and the need of having qualified people in this industry and field. So I think that as leaders, everybody's ready, willing, and able to help anybody that wants to be helped.
So Michelle, thank you very much for being here with me today. I hope you have enjoyed. I have, and I'm sure that everyone who is watching is going to learn how to get into cybersecurity. So thank you very much, Michelle.
Thank you very much. This was wonderful. So much fun.